Every year we plant potatoes. Lots of potatoes. Enough for us and the pigs and the turkeys too. We don't have a tractor, of course, so we use the horses. And we all really enjoy the job, though it's pretty hard work. But this year was so wet, we thought we'd never be able to get them in. And when we finally decided we couldn't wait any longer, it ended up a sticky mess, and not for the first time. So we've been thinking about how to do things differently. Could we avoid ploughing altogether? Well, the whole point about ploughing is to bury the grass so the potatoes don't have to compete with it. But you know that already. Now normally we cut a trench in the ploughed field and we pop the potatoes in the bottom and add some manure on either side and go away and let them get on with it. And then, after a while, we come along with a ridging plough and heap up more soil from the sides. And this keeps the sun away from the developing potatoes and it keeps the grass down too. And that works fine if the ground is dry enough. Ploughing is fast and effective and it's fun to do. But ploughing in our wet climate is probably not great for the soil structure, and it exposes the soil to leaching, which is when the rain washes out the nutrients. So more and more people use mulches to suppress the grass.
Caked, it's just so sticky, our soil.
Which is probably a lot better for the long-term soil health. And we do mulch a lot in our kitchen garden, but the potato patch is on a different scale altogether. And there's a big problem with mulching on a bigger scale. You need a whole lot of mulch. Well, it's quite obvious, I know, but people will say we should use cardboard or use straw or carpet or sand or more manure or whatever. But we just don't have enough of any of those things. Each of these rows is 300 feet long. So before you tell us what we should be using, do go and step that out, that 300 feet, so you really can see the challenge that we face. And of course the thing about mulching is that if you don't put enough on to block out all the light, then you could end up actually encouraging the grass. So you just can't put a little bit on and hope it will be enough. You have to put on plenty and then some more just in case. We need literally tons of mulch for just these few rows of potatoes. And that's why ploughing is so good and why we've done it for such a long time. We're basically using the soil to mulch itself. And you don't need to carry it around because it's already in the right place. All you need to do is turn it over for it to work. Now I know some people use black plastic sheet and plant their potatoes or whatever through it. But apart from looking horrible, black plastic is a complete barrier. It stops everything from getting at the soil. Sunlight and rain and atmospheric gases and invertebrates and bigger animals like birds, all of which are vital in fact for soil health. Given long enough, you could just about suffocate your soil to death using black plastic sheet, so we just don't want to use that either. So, what to do? Well, here's the experiment that we're trying this year. First of all, we're planting the potatoes directly into the unploughed ground next to our main plot. This is just a trial plot after all. And we're using manure, as usual, to mulch around them. And of course it will help feed them as well as block out the light from the grass. Now they won't be very deep in the soil, so they'll definitely need earthing up later with the ridging plough as they get bigger. But the ridging plough can't cut through unploughed sod. So we're using a strip of this stuff temporarily. It will be down only from now until the potato plants need earthing up for the first time in a month or so. We hope that that will be long enough to kill or at least weaken the grass underneath so we can use our ridging plough. This stuff is called damp-proof coarse here. It's for building into block walls and it's strong but cheap. And it comes in various widths. The plan is to roll it up again in a month and keep it for next year. Okay, so we've got that. It's only down for a month or so. I don't know how this is going to go, but it's quite exciting because it's sort of compromise between ploughing and mulching. And if it works, and this is the whole point really, if it works, we wouldn't have to wait for dry weather every spring before we can plant the potatoes. So we wouldn't be doing it in May. Anyway, that's the experiment. And we'll let you know how it's going and what do you think.